Hello everyone, it's Jared playing Oxygen Not Included, watching a farmer use the greenhouse or farm station. Didn't realize they could use that even when it's not in the farm itself. Anyway, just learned something there. I had to dig up here a little bit to get this natural gas out of this zone, but now I think I feel comfortable enough with sealing this off. We can put in the pieces that's going to create the appropriate temperature for all of this. For that, let's go and look to make sure our ethanol is getting cooled off and functioning to slow things down just a little bit. It does not. Nope. Whoops. Oh yeah, because it's not getting through. Okay. Let's have it go through. So what I'm going to do is decide the two lines that ethanols exist. We don't want ethanol to be dropped down here. So I'm going to get rid of these two guys. We need a liquid shutoff to go in here. That's going to determine whether this is on or not. I'm going to cut that right here. And the idea is if this needs to be cooled, make sure that the automation wire is connected to it. If it needs to be cold or cooler, this needs to be on. So this isn't got to, this is got to be the wrong value. So if the temperature is above 2 degrees, there we go. That's more like it. This thing's going to need some power. Let's do that. So the idea here is if it doesn't need it, it's going to go in here in an infinite loop. It won't stay stagnant. But it's going to go down here, and this isn't right. Get my cutting tool. Cut this. So this is, we've got to have a return line for the water and an outline for the water. So the idea I had, I'll see if this works. This line was going to go, this is the ethanol line, it's going to go up like this. And the water line, on the other hand, was going to go like this. But I just need to make sure that the water line can return. This is going to return right here and be in priority to go on the way out. This is no longer needed to be connected to the water line, so let's disconnect that. Let's make sure that we can get this connected up to the water line. In order to do that, I'm not sure what is best. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do it. We won't have cooling on that last tile. That won't matter. But we need to save some room here. So let's get rid of that. Actually, we might want to use that. Cancel that destruction. But let's cut it right here and cut it right here. There we go. So this bottom line is for water returning. Oh, we're missing a cut. So we should start. Let's have this be filled up with water. Crud. Just realized something. I was supposed to be over here watching this be filled up. Whew. Okay, it is 500 kilograms. That is enough. We can turn that off. And we can put in a liquid bridge. So we no longer need to send water to the where the pincha plants are growing because they just need polluted water. This is the polluted water line. I'm hoping it's the polluted water line. Yeah, it is. Okay, so water is now going to be going over here. It's going to be fed into this. It's going to be going around in a circle. Let's just complete our farm. Create one of these there, create one here. And let's complete the ethanol line so it goes all the way around. So this is the ethanol in. So already we should see that there it is. Ethanol and water is on the way in. That's the ethanol outline. Ethanol should be making its way around when it needs to be cooled. And that's currently the case. So we should see the ethanol go in here. Boom, look at that. And when it gets too cold, this should be shutting off. Let's check what's the temperature of the ethanol. -8. That's right, because it hasn't been making any passes down here. But it can start to do that now because the ethanol, eventually, one way or the other, it's going to get to this convergence point and start being sent out. Now, water is stuck. That is simply just because that's not connected. So this is why I want to slow this down. Now, I wonder if I could have done this differently, but because I get a little water cycling around and I've got a little bit of water going in. I think that's going to be fine because what's going to happen ultimately, this is going to fill up until this to turn off until it's needed. That's okay. Ethanol is making its way in. Now ethanol is making its way down here. It's 18 degrees. And that's quickly going to go down, I'm sure. Already 5 degrees right there. We're just stuck because we're beginning of a cycle. That's going to get nice and cold and cool down this area here. Polluted water is no, not what I wanted, not what I wanted, not what I wanted. It's too much of it. No, that's not what I wanted. What to do. Well, apparently we're going to get some polluted oxygen in this area. Oh, hold on. I don't need to sit and watch this. I can use the cutting tool to stop this. Now it should be filling in here. Okay, so the idea, I haven't put in this piece. I'll do that now. So now I'm going to make a pass, do aluminum. It's going to go out from here into this. Now we'll have it into this, pass it up here, and then we'll do insulated tile that's going to meet and converge up there. Is that going to cause any issue with that being polluted oxygen, water? It's going to slowly evaporate. I've got a cleaning system. I think this is going to be, we can live with it. Let's just mop up down here. I'm going to have polluted oxygen down here, but this should be mopped up and sent away. Let's mop up over here as well. Actually, technically, if I leave that, it's going to prevent that oxygen from getting out, though getting access to deodorizers is not going to be a problem. Okay. All right, a little bit of cleanup. How are you doing? Are you functioning well over here? Got water going in, still loading. I'm going to temporarily put a cut right here just to speed this up a little bit. This one here should be filling up. It is. In fact, it's so filled up, it's already sending a false signal. Oh, I guess I don't want to disable the deodorizer. So what is the temperature? Temperature here is 54 degrees. So this has been increasing. So let's see if we can grow some. If we have these seeds, I never actually checked. I'm sure we do. Yeah, we have 10. Not a lot. I'm going to grow through 3 of those. Last pieces of pipes are being installed. This is exciting. So I should see this go in. Is there water inside here? There's only the tiniest bit of polluted water. Nuts. Okay, what do I do? Let's destroy this. This is not going right. I want this out of here. Not empty that. Sweep that. High priority. Sweep that as well. High priority. All right. Some fixes need to be made. Polluted water. Regular water. Let's destroy that. If we get some water splashing down, not going to care. Can always mop it up. But I want to make sure I don't get any polluted water is there, polluted water is there, empty there. Whew, okay, all right, not the biggest deal. Let's get my aluminum out again, and we'll put that in like that. And hopefully this time it will just be polluted water. Again, I do have to observe the fact that I'm relying on the fact that there's just polluted water in this zone. That may not always be the case. So some filtering would be nice. But I'm going to hold off on doing that just yet. Snazzy suit. Let's give the dupes better things to wear. Where did that suit go? Speaking of which, let's create a station for making some suits. Clothing refashioner or textile looms. Textile loom I want. Let's throw that right there. That's going to need some power. Why not put in some lights for the dupe that's going to operate it? That light is going to need some power. Looks like Doctor is just itching for everyone to be wearing nicer clothes because they're the one constructing this thing. Let's go back down here. Some sweeping up could be done. And we can put this liquid reservoir right back where it was and start to fill it up once more. I have to have the setting reapplied to that, and I don't want to forget about that, so let's do that soon. Over here, check on everything. Ethanol is going in and out, in and out. Water is not. Oh yeah, that's simply because I just am in need of connecting that. So there we are. Water is going to go around in an infinite loop, taking on the coldness from up here and sending it back up here. What is the current temperature? 4 degrees. This is going to keep running until this gets to be about 2 degrees. And when I get under 5 degrees, that is the highest temperature sleet wheat can grow, I can actually start to plant stuff. In the last episode, I almost lost my sleet wheat, but just discovered that it needed to be put in this refrigerated area. So that was quite a close call, actually. But I don't want to plant that just yet until things cool down a little bit more. Let's look at the temperature exchange. Lots of insulation around here. I'm going to add in just an extra layer above here. Over here, I said to the dupes, I want this built at high priority. Still hasn't been built. Cleaner is on the task, though. First plant is grown. Why? What's the other ones having trouble with? Oh, okay. Well, no polluted water. Starting to make its way in here. Plants are starting to consume it, and this isn't actually fully connected. So I'll do that so that more than one plant can grow. There we go. And do I need a liquid bridge to avoid confusion? I think I might. So let's do that, put that there. So there, the pincher plants are growing. Now let's put in automation. So this is going to collect the plants, the conveyor loader as well. That's going to need some power. We've got what? Heavy wire in the area. How do I best fish this through? do this, this, and that. Then we will need the conveyor rail to go from this. What do we have lots of? Let's switch to copper, because aluminum ore is getting smaller. It's going to send it all the way up, 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 up. So this is the line for eggs. That's not what we want. We want to converge with this one here instead. All right, that's going to keep engineer and all the Minitronics engineer and skilled dupes busy for a while. But we do have it growing, so that is really good news. Sleet wheat's going to take longer. That's expected because it's going to take longer to cool. Let's have a look at the ethanol. Ethanol going in is going in at -36. Oh, wow. That turned off because it's actually 2 degrees here, although it's still pretty warm there. Now, that normally is going to be fine. Temporarily, I might lower this. Just so we can get the rest of this area cold enough. Can the dupes not build on this? Let's just get rid of that. All right, so now, outside the greenhouse, what's wrong? Is this too, oh, it is too big, but I could easily cut this off with a door right here. Or possibly, hold on, let's try to keep the ladder and put a door right here. Do we have a farm on this side? We do, okay. And if that's the case, we can start putting auto sweepers. So one is there. Could put another here. Oh, we don't need this anymore. So we'll put 2 side by side that can share a loader. We'll put one down here. So we'll put a loader here and here. And same idea, this can be converged in the same line of the peppers. This is going up like this and converging there. So we'll have full automation of collecting this stuff. So the dupes don't have to come down here and collect it. It'd just be farmer that's going to be attending to these. But I guess we haven't considered the inputs to these. Okay. Let's look at that as a thing. So I don't know if I've designed this right then. What I may need to do, I think it's just, I'm just going to take this, make it out of copper, put it one here, and one here. Just going to need a single one over here. Just going to make sure that the sweeper has access to it, so I won't have to have dupes supply material in here. So this is phosphorite. And the other input is dirt on the other side. So we'll do that, load all the stuff right here. One for dirt, one for phosphorite. We'll have an auto sweeper. Boom, right there. And we'll have 2 loaders for each side, 1 and 2. This is going to be for the input here, phosphorite. Going in. And this is going to be for the dirt line going in. Just have it brought up like that. Okay. And power. Power's the other thing. That completes the design and all of that. We're just waiting for this to still get cold enough to plant the plants here. We might need to re-enable this guy to get more fertilizer. How are we doing for calories? 150,000 calories. Barbecue meat, not very much. How are the pips doing? Good, 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 and good. Okay, so lots of work needs to be done constructing these lines. So I'll do this while I think of it now. So this side is going to be the dirt. It's soil. Dirt is stored on here. This is the phosphorite. What is a phosphorite? Is that organic or agriculture? I bet. Yep, phosphorite. Thought to put a thing of fertilizer here. I don't think I did the same thing over here. Let's see. Oh, well, let's just put it at the entrance area right there. Oops. Store maybe half ton or so in each one of these. Fertilizer. So that's going to be agriculture, right? Yep. Okay, so our fertilizer production is happening again, which means we have natural gas flowing. Still waiting for this to get cold enough. So right here, we're at kind of freezing temperatures, making me a little bit nervous. Because I don't want the overall system to be in the negative. Because, well, water is going to break in pipes if that happens. Nice thing is water is flowing around. So that's going to hopefully reduce the risk of that happening. So this is shutting off because it is getting too cold. There is a point where I kind of don't want to have things get too cold on one side. So I think that's just going to work itself out over time. The dupes have a lot to do. So let's check on the health of the base while construction is going on. Let's check research. Where are we in terms of propulsion? We're making our way. Do we have uranium ore? Because that might run out. It's currently, well, actually, did we just literally see the last bit get put in here? Uranium. There's half a ton. I think we need to do a mission to go get more. Let's see, we've got another 100 data banks. Let's send you back down so we can have that load it into our planetarium. But we want to send a dupe over to Glebo because this is where we have a lot of uranium. Wishing I had to grab more at the time. Let's do this in style. Let's get rid of this rocket. We'll upgrade it with this type. So I should see a lot of material, including coal and gold amalgam, which is what I've been collecting here. Hydrogen level is nice and high up here. Oh yeah, there's an opportunity now to put a dip down station so we're not losing gas as the dupes go in and out, because they're going to go in and out a lot more now. What liquid should I use is the question. Crude oil might be a good choice, but we're out of crude oil. So I'm going to send the dupe, if I can remember who that was. Doctor, think. So send Doctor back so we can get more crude oil. Gonna wait here because if I forget them, they're gonna be sitting around forever. Yes, teleport. Let's check on the condition of the space. Make sure there's food. Make sure there's oxygen. It's looking good. There is natural gas building up. Well, that makes sense. It's not the best, though. Not the best at all. We need to deal with that, actually. Let's pump it to the homeworld. Of course, we don't need a lot in homeworld because there's so much there, too. Cut, 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 cut. So this is going to be sending this. Where's the teleportation equipment to receive it? That's here. So the stoop has their work cut out for them. If we can't utilize that, oh no. I want to have this set up in such a way that goes into the base if it can. Oh yeah, and then it's going to leak it out into space if it's just too much, because I don't want to see this become overpressured. Oh, go up like this. We'll go up like this. Have we bought it? We haven't dug out a spot yet. Using mechanized airlock right here. I'm not sure whether we need some drywalling right here, so I'm going to do this as a priority so I can have a look. Otherwise, we're going to be losing lots of gas. Hopefully, we'll see Doctor go up there once they're done generating a little bit of power. Another bridge right here. And the other thing is, I gotta remember to go back up there. I want to put in automation here to turn this off when the pressure is not too high. I can't make an assumption. I'm not doing any filtering here about what type of gas we have. How should I do the gas filtering? Do it right here. So I'm going to have it set up like this. I'm going to have typical thing shut off here. This is going to be fed into here. If it can't, if it's not natural gas, it's going to detect it right here. So this dupe's going to be busy for a while. I might need to send another dupe over here when that teleporter becomes available again. So ultimately, this is going to be sending out natural gas. I won't connect it just yet. If it's natural gas, it's going to go down in here. Let's go up here to see if we have a hole in our Doctor is still not on the case. Waiting dirt. Let's dig out some dirt because they're going to go hungry otherwise. That might be a priority task as well. Okay, so let's disable these guys temporarily. And because there's only one dupe, I guess I'll have to disable this. Because I don't want to see you just spend forever on the wheel. That is a priority because I need to know whether I need drywall or not. There's a chance I might. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. I can tell because I would see a little bit of a hole right there and there. So the idea then, if I can get this selected, is this is what has happened. This is really heated up. Okay, I might have to do some cooling over here. How to do that? I might need to turn on this system. In the short term, I might just use the liquid that's here. So let's build a radiant pipe. It's going to go over like this. This and this. So we'll have it in and out. Haven't chosen the direction just yet. Do I need a ladder to get down here? I think we do. Oh, they're not in Atmos suits in this zone. They're not going to like this. Okay, I'm going to make this over here then. So how is this going to go out? It's going to go, oh, I got to cut this right here. So now I know the direction. It's going to go like this. Oops. And this is going to go up. And we're going to start to fill it. We got to initially fill this thing with a pump. So there's a lot of work to be done. So I think this may be a good time to just leave the dupes alone for a while as they work on all of this. And I'll be back in another episode where I continue on. Well, let's just make sure this has power, otherwise this is never going to be created. Tell me there's a small wire system I can pull in. Not anything super close, of course. So we're going to power this. Let's not cut over there, otherwise we're going to find liquid going in. All right, so what does this disable, or is this just a warning for me? Doesn't actually shut it off. Okay. All right. Well, let's just finish off by looking at our progress. So the dupes have made good progress here. The automation is not fully complete. These pincha pepper plants are growing. They're happy. Over here, how are we doing? We still have above 5-degree temperatures, so we have to wait a little bit longer for this. But I'll be back once some of this automation is created and some of the work that is needed is done over here. Just before I go, I will put on the last touches of this. Escape it to let excess gas escape there. Well, thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I will see you in a future episode. We'll finally get some things growing over here in the sleet wheat, and we can take this natural gas and make pepper bread and advance further in this game. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Like the video if you want to see more, and I will see you in a future episode.